What?
Is Dr. Sedgwick still?
Yes, and Justin's in there with her now, too. I'll take these over here.
Barbara, would you excuse me a moment? Mike, I just wanted you to know that I spent last night on Diane's sofa. I didn't want you to jump to any conclusions.
You know, I might not have had you not lied to my mother and had Diane not lied to me when I walked in there.
Well, that's... it's
you know
only
what I don't understand? Why don't you realize what lying has done to your life? You're separated from my daughter right now because you lied to her about you and Rita. And I asked you about whether you knew who the blackmailer was, and you constantly denied it. And I find out you've known about that for weeks. That it was Andy Norris.
I hope to rectify that in the courtroom this afternoon.
Well, I will certainly.
Dr. Sedgwick, how is she?
Well, I've examined Hope thoroughly. Now, I still have no concrete explanation for the pains that she experienced yesterday and today. She's gone now. And I called Justin in for his opinion, and the baby's heartbeat is strong and steady.
Thank God.
You know, it may be that these are the same sort of muscle spasms that she had the last time she was in here. And, well, maybe they were brought on by overexertion at that wedding yesterday. But in any case, I want to keep Hope here for the rest of her time. I want to keep a constant watch on her. Then, you see, if the pains reoccur, I'll be right here, and I'll have a chance to diagnose them properly.
Yes, thank you.
Well, at least I feel better about her being under constant surveillance.
Yes, so do I.
Right now, there is no sign of staining, and there are no other signs to indicate miscarriage or premature labor.
When can I see her?
Well, I'm getting her settled in a room right now, and, you know, she has had a bad fright this morning. She needs time to relax and rest. I'll just have to let you know when I feel she's up to having visitors.
Well,
I agree with everything that Dr. Sedgwick said. I could detect no abnormality that would account for the pains that Hope's been experiencing. Now, she's resting very comfortably now, and we will keep her under constant surveillance.
Well, that's a great relief, but I'm going to stay here until I know that she's all right. I have to go and appear in court this afternoon, but I'll come back as soon as I've finished.
Well, I couldn't believe it when they told me. To what do I owe this dubious honor?
Hello, Andy. I thought we might have something to discuss before you appear in court this afternoon.
Hello, Floyd.
Oh, hey, Derek. How you doing?
Hey, listen, I'm really sorry about what happened last night.
Yeah. I'm trying to think positively about it. You know, I guess it's for the best. I mean, if I realized that the marriage was a mistake before we got married, I'd have to come to you for a divorce now. I gotta get back to work. Oh, good luck this afternoon in court with Andy Norris.
Yeah, well, it's just going to be a question of how lenient Judge Hargraves is when he pronounces sentence, but thanks.
Yeah. Well, whatever it turns out to be, it's going to be tough on Katie, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know.
Take care.
Yeah, take it easy, Floyd. Poor guy.
I know. I was so surprised to see you in the lobby today. I'm sorry I couldn't talk on the... I was on the phone with obstetrics. Hope's out of immediate danger now, so everybody's really relieved.
Oh, great. I mean, I didn't even know anything about it until I stopped by the office and Angie told me that Mike had called and canceled his morning appointments. I've missed you.
It hasn't been that long, Derek.
I've missed you from the time I said goodnight to you at your door and got down in my car.
I missed you, too.
Really?
Really?
Have you thought any more about what I asked you last night?
Sure, I've thought about it.
And?
Well, I do have to wonder how much of it was due to, the romantic mood of the day and maybe just a little bit too much wine.
Listen, Kelly and Morgan's wedding up at the Falls was the most romantic thing I'd ever seen, and the wine was very good. But neither one of those things had anything to do with what I said to you last night.
incredible, isn't it?
Why?
Just yesterday, we were married right here.
Really incredible. I've lived every second since.
Me too. Wish we never had to leave this place.
So do I. But that's not a very realistic wish, I'm afraid.
Well, who wants to be realistic on their honeymoon?
Not me.
You know, soon we'll be back in the real world. And you'll be working with Ed, and I'll be trying to make our apartment livable.
Hey, the only thing our apartment needs to be livable is you there.
You know, I've been thinking. After everything gets settled and we're on some kind of a schedule, you know, I think I should get some sort of a job and help with expenses.
No, we have plenty of...
I know, but I just want to talk out everything so that... Well, so that... I mean, I know how important honesty is to you, and I don't want you to ever think that I'm purposely keeping something from you. I mean, even if it's just something I'm thinking about.
Well, if we're always that honest with each other, can't go wrong.
Yeah. But I mean, like, if you get annoyed at me about something, I want you to tell me about it right away so that it doesn't build up and until you get really angry with me.
Okay. But at this moment, I can't imagine ever getting angry or annoyed at you or for anything.
Well, it'll happen. It's bound to. I remember my mother and father arguing. And just look at Ben and Amanda and Hope and Alan. I mean, if they had talked things out, they might still be together. I don't want anything to go wrong with our marriage.
As long as we both feel that way, it won't. Oh, you feel so wonderful.
So do you. Kelly, take me back to the cottage to make love to me. I feel so secure when I'm in your arms.
I want you always to feel secure. Even when I'm not with you.
Maybe that'll happen someday, but right now you're my security.
You put me high upon a pedestal, so high that I could almost see eternity. You need me.
I guess my proposal last night was so original that you didn't even realize it was a proposal.
Oh, I realize it was a proposal. I just think that we have a lot of talking to do, and the hospital cafeteria is hardly the place for it.
What, not romantic enough for you?
Among other things.
I know. You want me to carry you in my arms all the way up to Laurel Falls the way Kelly and Morgan did, right?
I know that was supposed to be a joke, but, Derek, I think you still have some problems about Kelly.
Oh. Okay, maybe I do, but when are you going to admit that maybe you have one, too?
Look, this is the most important decision that two people can make. And after what happened to Floyd yesterday, I really have to do a lot of thinking. And so do you. I don't want to hurt anyone. Not the way Floyd was hurt by Nola.
No, I really don't see what that's got to do with us.
I've got to go back to the lobby. But we will talk later.
All right.
It's not in the cafeteria. And I do want you to know that I am so touched and flattered by your proposal, even though it was, as you say, rather original.
Mr. Colby?
Yeah.
Nola Reardon asked me to give you this.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I wonder how Nola knew you were here.
I don't know. But anyway, she wants to see me. What we talked about last night.
You gave me one of the worst scares of my life.
I understand I scared my entire family. I'm sorry.
Yes, well, you're fine now. That's the most important thing. I'm glad that Dr. Sedgwick is going to keep you here until our baby's born.
I feel good about that also.
You have no idea what it meant to me when she came out and told me that I was the first person you asked to see.
Alan, you were the first person I thought of when the pain hit me.
You may not believe this, but Bert can confirm it. I had a dream this morning. In the dream, you were in trouble and you were calling out to me. It was frightening, and I couldn't shake the feeling that... Well, it must have happened at the exact moment that you had those first pains.
I do believe you, Alan. You know, in spite of all the things that have gone wrong between us, somehow our lives are entwined and will always be.
I believe that, too. Hope, there's something that I want to tell you. Because of the problems there have been between us, I'm finding it difficult.
Alan, the only problems that have been between us have been because of dishonesty. If you have anything to tell me, I'd rather hear it from you than from somebody else.
I know. That's exactly what I feel I have to tell you. I just hope that you'll understand and believe me.
I've always believed you when you've told me the truth.
That's true. Well, I worked late at Diane's last night, and I was exhausted. So when she offered to let me stay over on her sofa, I accepted. Now, that's where your father found me this morning. Needless to say, he was thinking the worst.
I see.
Well, that's the whole story. I stayed over at Diane's on the sofa. I wanted you to hear it from me.
I'm glad you told me, Alan. And in spite of the way I feel about Diane, I believe you.
Thank you. But you have to realize that you have no reason in the world to resent Diane or our relationship. I wouldn't have a company to run if I couldn't depend on her and trust her completely.
Come on, get right down to the point, Diane. I know how close you are to Alan. You know how much I hate his guts.
Yes, that's true, but I never let that interfere with my friendship with you.
Friendship? Would you give me a break? I don't trust you any farther than I can throw you because I know you live and breathe for Alan Spaulding. Look, this conversation is boring me to death. You don't mind...
All right. I'll get right to the point. Because I know that you are as direct in business matters as I am.
And what business matters could we possibly have in common?
Well, I know that the Copper Lantern was in serious financial difficulty. I thought that you might appreciate having a little extra money in a bank account somewhere to be waiting for you when you get out.
Aren't you a little bit premature? I haven't gone anywhere yet.
Do you want to hear my proposition or not? Now, I know that you were blackmailing Alan with some information. And I would like to know exactly what that information is. In other words, I'd like to buy it from you before it's too late for you to sell it.